Ever seen a hole in the sidewalk that wasn't really there? Or a painting so real you swore it was three-dimensional? Some artists don't just create images, they create illusions. They play with your depth perception, your sense of space, and sometimes even your balance. These are 5 of the most mind-bending art experiences from around the world, where reality feels optional and your eyes can't be trusted. Let's start with the man who literally paints the impossible on the pavement. Joe Hill has a thing for scale. He doesn't just paint murals, he paints entire worlds across city blocks. One of his most famous pieces in London stretched over 1,000 square meters and holds the Guinness World Record for the largest 3D street painting ever created. From above, it looks like a cliff diving into a canyon. A waterfall crashes below. People walking by appear to teeter on the edge of nothing, but step on the painting and you realize it's all completely flat. Hill's work plays with perspective and space in a way that makes you question your own depth perception, and it's not just one piece. His street art has popped up in cities around the world. From dragons rising through concrete to underwater scenes stretching across malls, it's not just art, it's an illusion you walk through. Now, if Joe Hill is about scale, Julian Beaver is all about detail. Often called the pavement Picasso, Beaver uses nothing more than a chalk, a ruler, and a deep understanding of perspective. He'll take a regular sidewalk and turn it into a glass of water taller than a person, or a man climbing out of a sidewalk crack. His secret is anamorphic illusion, a technique that distorts an image so it looks three-dimensional only when viewed from a specific angle. Up close, his art seems pretty warped and chaotic, but step back, find the right spot, and suddenly it all snaps into place. Just chalk, just pavement, but somehow it feels like you could fall right in. From sidewalks to sky-high walls, Medi Gadanlu transforms cityscapes into dreamscapes. Based in Tehran, Iran, Medi is known for surreal, large-scale murals that turn blank buildings into portals. One of his most iconic pieces shows a swimming pool stretched across a rooftop, but the water curves, collapses, and spirals down into an impossible vortex. Other pieces feature staircases that lead nowhere, floating cubes, or windows that open to nowhere. His art combines realism with surrealism, playing with architecture, color, and depth. You're not just looking at a wall, you're staring into a scene that feels like it escaped from a dream. In the UK, Howard Lee is blurring the line between what's painted and what's real. He's known for hyper-realistic art that blends into the environment so well you can't tell where reality ends and illusion begins. Howard often places real objects next to painted replicas and dares viewers to spot the difference. But he doesn't stop at indoor tricks. Outdoors, he creates massive illusions that seem to float, disappear, or burst out from brick walls. In one of his masterpieces, a painted doorframe becomes a passageway to a hidden world. Similarly, in another piece of his painting, a mural appears invisible, until you shift your perspective and suddenly it reveals itself. And then there's Odai, a graffiti artist from Portugal who might just be the master of shadow and depth. Using flat surfaces like garage doors and alleyways, Odai paints objects that seem to hover in mid-air. Letters that float, creatures that crawl out of corners. His work relies on a technique called anamorphosis, using exaggerated perspective and perfect shading to give the illusion of 3D. From the right angle, it's not just impressive, it's pretty confusing. You'll find yourself stepping back, tilting your head, trying to figure out how it's even possible. But the truth is pretty simple. It's paint. Literally just paint. And a brilliant understanding of how we see the world. So what is it that makes these illusions so powerful? Maybe it's the thrill of being fooled, or maybe it's the realization that the world isn't always what it seems, and sometimes that's exactly what makes it beautiful. Which one of these artworks blew your mind the most? Have you ever seen one in real life? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-bending visuals from across the world.